Today we're going to build a homemade speaker. And the first thing we have to do is prepare our bobbin. And that's put the bolt through the center. And then tighten it. And then I take a wrench, a 10mm wrench or an adjustable wrench or a pair of pliers or whatever you have. And then we just give it a nice, good tighten like that. And then we're going to take the bobbin and we're going to put it into the chuck of the drill and get it nice and tight so we can spin the bobbin around. We're going to feed the wire through the bobbin and then we're going to turn the drill and it's going to wind the wire around the bobbin really quickly. If you have a friend, the easiest way is to have your friend just kind of hold it in their fingers like this. I don't have any friends, so I'm going to use this screwdriver that I happen to have here and 2 clamps, and I'm just going to clamp up a little temporary jig like this. Use whatever you have on hand, and then I'm going to just pop the spool over like this, and now it can spin around freely. So I'm going to feed through the hole in the bobbin, one of the holes, doesn't matter which one, and I'm going to leave myself a good length of wire, maybe 10 or 15 centimeters long, and I'm going to take that free end and just to get it out of the way I'm going to wrap it temporarily around the head of the bolt. Yeah, it's just wrapped around the head of the bolt like that. So I'm going to start slowly, and I'm going to use this finger right here to kind of pinch between my thumb and my finger gently, and I'm going to use it to guide the wire. Okay, so I'm just pausing for a sec. I'm guiding the wire and I'm keeping a little bit of tension between the spool and the bobbin here, and what I'm trying to do is move the wire back and forth so it fills the coil, the bobbin, more or less evenly. And what we're going to do is we're just going to keep going until this fills the entire spool all the way up. It's wrapped a few times around the drill there, so I've stopped it and I'm just going to gently manually unwrap until it's free. So when it's done, what you're going to do is clip the wire here, but this is pretty important. You want to hold it and clip it below the place that you're holding it because it's going to fly off the bobbin otherwise and it's going to undo all your hard work. So hold it up here. Clip it down here, 10 or 15 centimeters, and then we've got this free end. And what we can do is wrap it around the bobbin, and if you have some tape, you can tape it on the bobbin to hold it in place. I didn't get myself any tape beforehand, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that free end that we had in there before, and I'm going to take those 2 wires, and I'm going to just twist them together to hold them in place. And just give it a little twist and then they're held in place. And this is more or less what it looks like after you finish winding it. Now we have 2 free ends of wire. Those are the wires that we're going to hook into our sound source. For example, an audio amplifier, the speaker outputs, the plus output and the minus output. But remember before I said this was special wire. It's coated with a thin coating of varnish, and what we have to do is remove that thin coating of varnish before we can plug it into anything. So you can use a knife to scrape off the varnish, or what I like to use is sandpaper. I just kind of pin it down onto the table. And I sand it a couple of times. And then I flip it over 90 degrees. Flip it over 90 degrees again. It's kind of like, think of the wire as a square, and you want to sand off each side. And you'll be able to see when the varnish is coming off because the wire that's varnished looks kind of reddish in color. And when you take the varnish off, it looks more copper in color. Sand off about this much, centimeter and a half of varnish on each wire, and then it'll be ready to plug into your sound source.